My name is Lisa Lopuck. I'm the author of Web Design for Dummies, now in its third edition. I think it's the best one yet, and I'm very excited to share this with you today. I've been designing websites and mobile sites and interactive media for over 20 years now. I got my start back like 1991, back at the Apple Multimedia Lab. So we were really involved with inventing many of the interactive conventions, design conventions, many of which are still in use today. Well, I think design really is the conduit between somebody and that information. How do you present that information? There has to be some structure to it so that it makes sense to us as users. So I think design is all about that communication of ideas and keeping us oriented while we're looking for that kind of information. You know, I like to say, don't let the dummies title fool you, because people think, oh, Web Design for Dummies, it's going to be too basic, it's going to be for those mom and pop websites. No, this is agency style web design, building professional grade global sites that work for large brands. I mean, we're talking about Fortune 500 companies. Now, sure, all of these different processes that we talk about can be applied to your small business, but what we're talking about is professional grade web design. People always ask, well, web design, web development, what's really the difference? I like to think of like building a house. You wouldn't go and build your dream house without first consulting with an architect, making blueprints, before you start and invest in the contractor to actually hammer in the nails. I think websites they're an expensive proposition. So it makes sense to measure twice, cut once, design it right the first time, and that's what I think of as web design. I wrote Web Design for Dummies for two principal audiences in mind. One, the obvious, the creative professional who wants to do more in digital design. Perhaps they're a print designer or in traditional advertising, and they're asked to do more and more interactive and mobile design. But also for the person who finds himself managing the web design process. But they need to incorporate web and mobile into their marketing platform, and they don't know where to begin. It really educates people on the whole process. What are all the components that go into designing a large-scale website? It's not just about making it look pretty and understanding HTML and a little bit of CSS. It really is a process that involves a lot of people, a lot of moving parts, a lot of planning, user testing, technologies, and how do you integrate all of those in a succinct way to make something that works for your business.